Hello scholars, welcome back to the channel. What we're looking at today is perimeter, right? So we did a video on area, so if you want to check that one out, you can go and look at area. This one we're focusing on perimeter. What is perimeter? Perimeter refers to the total distance measured along the outside, the edge of a plane or flat figure. So whereas we said area was involved with the space, all the space on the inside, that's area. All the space taken up on the inside of the flat figure. Perimeter is concerned with the edge, the distance along the edge, the outside, the outer measurement along, all the way around the shape. So then, basically, if we know all the sides, let's say we're looking at a polygon, it's flat, it's closed, it's a polygon, right? So, if we know all the sides, we just need to add up the sides then, right? Because the perimeter would be that, plus that, plus that, plus that, plus that. The distance all the way around. So the perimeter would be the 11 meters plus 13 meters plus 8 meters plus 9 meters plus 9 meters. Alright, so 11 and 9, that's 20, 33, 41, this looks like 50. Let me double check. And perimeter is just in simple units, not square units like area. Alright? Alright, so that's 18, 26, 37, 50. Alright, so 50 meters all the way around the edge. If we were, so let's say this was a field and we wanted to run around the edge of the track. So we go there and there and there and there and there. In all, we would cover 50 meters. Alright, so this shape we know is a square because these strokes tell us the sides are all equal. They are all 16 meters. So the perimeter then would be 16 meters plus 16 meters plus 16 meters plus 16 meters, and that gives us 16 plus 16, 32, plus 16, 48, plus 16, 64 meters. However, there's a shortcut. Because remember, look, we're adding the same thing over and over again. Because it's a square, all the sides are equal, so we end up adding 16 4 different times. What's the shortcut that we can use instead of adding the same thing over and over again? What's the shortcut? Multiplication. When we multiply, it's the same as adding the same thing over and over again. We just multiply that many times. So if we're adding 16 4 different times, we can just go straight and say 16 times 4, which gives us 64. So there's a shortcut if we're dealing with a square, since we know that all the sides of the square are equal to each other, and we want the perimeter of the square, just multiply the side by 4. I mean, if we wanted, we could go the long route and add the side plus the side plus the side plus the side. You'll get the same answer as multiplying the side by 4. How about the rectangle? So we want the perimeter of this rectangle, which is the 17 centimeters. We know this is also 17. Right? So 17 centimeters plus 17 plus 10. And we know this is also 10. So when we add those up, centimeters. But could we do something similar to what we did for the square, since we know that the rectangle has two equal sides, two equal lengths, and two equal widths? So instead of adding the two lengths, we could just multiply the length by 2. So we get 34. And instead of adding the width, just multiply the width by 2. That's 20. And add them up. So 34 plus 20, 54. We'd get the same answer. Well, some of you might look and say, but that's 3 steps. It's not a shortcut. I mean, we just added. Okay, so it boils down to which one you prefer, right? For the rectangle, yes, it's 3 different steps, because you're going to have to multiply the length by 2, multiply the width by 2, and add those 2. So I get your point. I do get your point with the rectangle. For the square, because they're all equal, we just went and multiplied by 4. For the rectangle, these two are equal, these two are equal, so we have to multiply the length times 2, the width times 2, and add it. For some persons, they prefer to just go straight and add the 2 lengths and the 2 widths together, right? So they're saying, come on, it's not easier. Well, this one boils down to your preference, sorry. But you will get, see, you got the same answer, either way. Alright, now we have this pentagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. We want the perimeter. We know that the perimeter is the distance around the outside of the shape. So we're going to add all those distances. So because, well, these two are equal, we could do what we did with the rectangle. We could multiply the 20 times 2, the 36 times 2, because these are also equal, and add those answers with the 52. Or you can just go straight and add the 2 20s, the 2 36s with the 52. Alright, so 6 and 6, 12 and 2, 14. 6, 8, 10, 60. 164 meters. Alright, so now we're given this irregular shape and they want the perimeter. What are we to do? What are we to do? Okay, so perimeter is the distance on the outside. But they give us these distances, so we know where to add the 12 meters, 10 meters, 16 meters, 2 meters, 4 meters, 8 meters. But what are we to do with these? Because they gave them to us. They told us that this is 6, and that's 9 meters. What are we to do with the 6 and the 9? Should we add them with the rest? No. Perimeter is concerned with the outside measurement, the edge, the distance around the edge on the outside. Perimeter is not concerned with any inside measurements. Unless they specifically told you they want the perimeter of this only, then you would ignore the rest of this and do that. But unless they say that, we are just concerned with the outside measurements. So we're going to add the 16 meters, the 10 meters, the 12 meters, the 8 meters, the 4 meters, and the 2 meters. That's what we are concerned with. We don't care what's happening on the inside because we're dealing with perimeter. So add these up, we get 6, 16, 22, 52 meters, right? So 6 and 2, 8 and 8, 16, 20, 22, 52 meters. Alright, so you get the point, guys. Perimeter is only concerned with the outside measurement, not the interior. So let's see now. This is a very irregular shape. They want the perimeter, and we know all the sides. We know all the sides, so all we have to do is add them up. So we have the 69 meters, the 50 meters, the 63 meters, the 40 meters, and the 65 meters. We just need to add them up. That's all, because we just want the total. The total distance. If you were walking around this figure, if you were an ant, and you could follow a straight line, and you decided to walk around this figure, so you would start here and you would add that, and that, and that, and that, and come back to where you started, you would cover, let's see, so 9 and 3, 12 and 5, 17, 6 and 1, 7 and 5, 12 and 6, 18 and 4, 22 and 6, 28. 287 meters. And that's it, guys. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. So perimeter is the total distance on the outside. Very important that you remember this. And sometimes they're going to give you interior measurements to kind of trick you up, see if you really know what you're doing. Some students feel that once they see information there, they must use all the information given. No. Sometimes extra information is put there to see if you're going to take it and use it to something when you don't need to. You are sometimes tested to see if you really know what you're doing, if you know what to ignore and what to take, the necessary information. If they ask you for perimeter and they give you all kind of numbers, don't be involved with anything on the inside. No, sometimes the measurements will be written on it like this. This is actually the measurement for the outside length. But for some reason, sometimes maybe space or so on, it's written on the inside, but it's not a measurement of an inside line. Like this is what I mean when I said don't be concerned with the inside. Students have asked me that. They were confused because the number, the length was written inside the shape, but it's actually referring to the outside line. That's not what I mean. Right, guys? So look out for that. Don't be confused about that. Okay? This is the outside line they're talking about. These now are interior measurements. And you're not concerned with the interior measurements for perimeter. Right? Alright, so that's it for perimeter. Yeah. Distance around that. That's it. So if you have been helped by this video, just drop a line in the comments to say thank you, miss, and share the video with others, with other students, so they can benefit from the information. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you can be notified when new videos are released. And if you check the catalog and you don't see a particular topic that you're really struggling with, just drop a line in the comments and let me know so I can do a video speedily on that topic just for you. So my scholars, continue to practice, continue to study your math, practice, practice, practice. That's how you're going to hone your mathematical skills. I'll see you in the next video.